Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. You know, I love to watch TV. Just as much as I like to be on it, I like to watch it.
Lovely.
Yeah, it's true.
Well,
yeah, especially kids programs.
Kids programs, and it's always such a delicate line between finding what's the appropriate amount of, screen time, as everybody calls it,
right,
versus when you should send them outside. And with summer vacation right around the corner, everyone's going to start to have that conversation a little bit more often because the kids aren't in school, there'll be road trips, there'll be airplane trips. It's very tempting to just hand the iPad on or turn on the television.
Right.
But the actual content that we're giving our kids is critical, and what they're seeing, what they're watching, and how often they're doing it. And to give us all a good tip is Sarah Dewitt, who is from PBS Kids, who's literally the #1 media resource for kids' educational and entertainment programming. She recently gave a TED Talk on the appropriate amount of screen time and the best resources for our kids, and we are thrilled to have her on the Mountain Morning Show via Skype. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you so much. So just to start off with, because I know Joe and I are both parents, there's always that guilt of putting kids in front of a screen, putting kids in front of an iPad, but sometimes, especially in the summer, it just has to happen. Is there that positive upside that we can all sort of give ourselves a little bit of a break about?
Absolutely. Parents should think about choosing screen time that they think is really going to be educational. And there's a lot out there that can really work for kids. So if parents think about their schedule, what's the best time for screen time during the day for my family? For me personally, it's while I'm making dinner and also while I'm putting one child down for a nap. And then choose content that you know meets your kids' interests. So if your child's really interested in animals, choose a show or a game that talks about animals. And that way your child is already interested in this and is going to stay really engaged. But the really most important thing for parents to take away is to talk to their kids about what they watch or play. There's several research studies that show that if a parent has a conversation with their kids about what they watched afterwards, then the child comes away with more learning about it. And it also helps with literacy skills. The opportunity for a child to say, here's what I watched and here's what happened. That actually helps kids tell a story and helps them with their communication. And these are really good skills to keep fresh over the summer.
One of the things that I like best about your programming is that at the end of many of the shows, there is a section where you see kids then applying something that was learned or getting outside and discovering something that was part of the program. And I find this is an easy entry into what you just discussed with the parents of not only discussing it, but again, engaging in an actual activity that reinforces some of the learning.
Right. Exactly. PBSparents.org has even more of those activities and ideas. So you all would probably watch PBS on KUED, PBS Kids. It's a 24-hour channel. And, shows like Curious George focus on engineering skills. And you may not realize that. George is a curious monkey. He takes things apart and puts them back together. If you go to pbsparents.org, you'll get some good ideas for how can you build something together with blocks that reinforces what happened on that show. Or how can you look at a bicycle out on the street and think about those gears? These are great conversations to have with your kids.
I love the idea of having a discussion afterwards, because I think so often you feel guilty about plopping them in front of a screen and it's just sort of a babysitter, and then you're not really engaged with what it is they're watching. From PBS Kids, what are some of your absolute favorite shows, apps, things that we need to go download immediately before summer travel season is here?
One of my favorite PBS Kids experiences is the new PBS Kids Games App. And this has games from all the shows that match the educational curriculum of the episodes themselves. So before you go on a plane, the parent can set the storage limits so kids can download as many games as they want. And then when they're not connected, they can have the opportunity to play. And then when you get back in a place where you need more storage on your device, you can remove some of those games so it doesn't take up as much. One of the favorite shows for me right now is I have a 3-year-old who's having, some trouble with 3-year-old things like sharing. And Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood is a really great show that models good behavior on the screen. And that's something parents can look for. Look for shows where the characters act the way you want your child to act, and then talk about what happened. So, how did the characters resolve that conflict today? What would you do if you were in that situation? This is a great way for kids to build their social emotional skills.
I love that.
I like that one an awful lot, Sarah. I want to thank you so very much for joining us. We know that one of the best things that has changed over the last few years is, of course, how we can watch PBS and the kids shows, and that is through your Roku device, your Apple TV, so many different ways that you can get it online. I want to thank you so very much for joining us.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
All right, Sarah Dewitt.
I love that. PBS Kids is such a fantastic channel resource, and there's so much garbage out there, as I found with little ones, that it's great when it's all in one spot. It's
if your kids are addicted to the Xbox, don't forget that you can connect that way, right through the Xbox. So maybe they think you're going to sit down for a game. How about you switch it over to PBS?
We're going to switch it over. We are going to switch gears here on the program as well. If you are interested in getting outside and putting the screen away, doing a little bit of river rafting and some outdoor adventures, we're going to have Destination Sports live in studio. And then, of course, we are going to indulge in our sweet tooth because Petra is here with her German baked goods, a celebrity of the farmers market circuit that is right around the corner this summer. You won't want to miss any of it happening right after this.